Some horrors in Skyrim are shouted. You see the dragons, hear the war horns, read the names in your quest log. But others happen quietly, beneath trees, beside water, just far enough off the path that you could walk past them a dozen times and never notice them. One such place lies just southwest of the Guardian Stones, the first blessing point most new players find. From the road hugging Lake Ilinalta, if you veer into the woods just 50 paces from the trail, you'll find a Talos shrine. But this is not a place of peace. The statue is chipped, the altar is soaked in old blood, bones are strewn across the forest floor, a necromancer stands guard, not an enemy, but a fixture. Always there, always silent until you disturb them. There's no quest, no marker, no journal, no dialogue whatsoever. Only an altar where someone died, someone returned, and someone else made sure they stayed that way. Talos shrines in Skyrim are usually proud, built into cliff sides, marked on maps, visited in secret by stormcloaks and Nords who defy the white gold Concordat. But not this one. This shrine sits low, not high. Hidden but not revered. It isn't marked on your map, it isn't referenced by the Civil War questlines or Daedric mission. I wouldn't even really call it a good altar. It has no place in any quest, and yet it exists, active, bloody, and wrong. Its proximity to the Guardian Stones makes it all the more unsettling. This is where the Dragonborn's path begins, where you first choose your standing stone after you've left Helgen. Hope, power, and destiny. And just off that road, forgotten under the trees, is a desecrated altar to the god you're not supposed to mention. Someone found it, someone used it, and someone got killed here. And someone died here. The altar itself is stained, chipped by what looks like blade strikes, and weathered by time. A skeleton rests atop of it. Arms spread slightly, one leg curled as if it's collapsed mid-struggle. The bones aren't pristine, some are charred, others are cracked. This wasn't a place of burial, this was a place of use. All around the site are scattered remains, ribs, femurs, skull fragments, not placed ceremonially, but flung, dropped, or discarded. One set of bones lies far from the altar, face down in the leaves. Another is slumped against one of the stone pillars. This is not the aftermath of a single death. This is a pattern. And that altar in the middle, it's not for praying, it's for doing. If you approach the altar, you'll encounter the site's only living inhabitant, a novice necromancer. They don't patrol or wander, they don't talk, they don't even seem surprised you found this place. But if you come too close, they attack, immediately, defensively, and with urgency, as if guarding something they were told never to abandon. Killing them gives you no answers. Their belongings are minor, a staff, low-level robes, maybe a soul gem, no notes, no journal, no clues. And yet their presence makes it clear. This place isn't forgotten, it's still being used, or at least maintained. Like a trap, no one disarmed. The arrangement of this place feels unfinished. The altar isn't scorched completely, the bones aren't fresh, but they're not ancient either. The necromancer isn't powerful, but they're vigilant. This may have been a summoning ritual, or a binding one, or an execution cloaked in spellcraft. But nothing about this scene says done. It feels like someone walked away mid-spell, or like the magic failed and the bodies were left behind as a warning, or a reminder. And Skyrim doesn't tell you what it's for, it just leaves the room locked and the door open. Lake Ilinalta is more than beautiful scenery. It's a lake full of sunken temples, drowned crypts, and forgotten ruins. To the west is Ilinalta's Deep, a necromancer-infested ruin. Nearby is a sunken shrine, and to the north lies the Lady Stone, another site steeped in mysticism. And then there's this site. It's not tied to any of them. It's not part of a quest line or a Radiant encounter. But it echoes the same theme. Ritual gone wrong. Magic cast without oversight. Power sought in silence. Ilinalta doesn't just hold water, it holds secrets as well. But who really performed the ritual? There are no names at this site, no cult banners, no evidence of Daedric worship or a specific faction. But someone did this. Some theories say it's a rogue mage from the College of Winterhold, expelled for unethical practices. Others think it was a Blade's exile, trying to raise fallen allies from the dead. A few speculate it's related to the Mythic Dawn, whose members still hide in pockets across Skyrim. The lack of detail makes the site feel more personal. This isn't a world event, it's someone's mistake, and you walked in after it was too late to undo it. But maybe it was that novice necromancer that you killed to try and get here. But surely they couldn't even pull off something this weird. The Elder Scrolls games are famous for environmental storytelling. Notes, blood trails, overturned cups that suggest struggle. But this site offers none of that. No prompts really, no instructions. Only one journal is nearby, but it doesn't give you any sort of information at all. And in that void, the player is forced to do something rare in Skyrim. Feel uncertain. Most places in Skyrim are knowable. Quest markers, loot, objectives. But here, you're left with only emotion, unease, tension, and curiosity. The site doesn't explain itself, because it doesn't need to. It knows what it's doing to you. What makes this place so terrifying isn't the necromancer. It's the fact that it feels alive, even after you've cleared it. The stones don't glow, the skeleton doesn't rise, nothing explodes. But something lingers. The shape of the ritual, the arrangement of the bones, the way your footsteps seem louder here. The feeling that if you return a few days later, it might look different. Skyrim rarely plays with spaces that watch you back. This one does, quietly. On forums and lore threads, this site does come up quite often. Some players think it's a cut quest site, a leftover from a necromancer plotline that never made it to launch. Others swear it was meant to be part of a Dawnguard subplot, tied to soul trapping or vampire experiments. Still, others believe it's nothing, just a little pocket of ambience. But if you've been here, you know better. It's too precise, too intentional. This wasn't decoration, this was deliberate. And it's that deliberateness, paired with the lack of explanation, that makes it so unforgettable. You leave the ritual site behind. The forest returns to quiet. The road takes you toward Falkreath or Riverwood. But part of you stays. You keep thinking about the bones, the altar, the circle, and how no one else in the world seems to care. No townsfolk reference it, no bounty lists it, no companion questions it. It's as if the ritual was never there at all. But you saw it, and you don't forget things like this. You return to the road, the Guardian stones shimmer in the distance, Lake Ilinalta gleams nearby, but the world carries on. But something in the woods behind you still waits. Bones still scatter the leaves, the altar still stands, and somewhere in the space between spells and memory, the ritual still echoes. Because Skyrim's greatest terrors don't always roar. Sometimes they wait, and sometimes they whisper.